Hello, good morning, and welcome to this Dawn Busters Taste Challenge. We have two blended Scotch whiskies. Single malt. Where's my mind? Single malt Scotch whiskies. Repeat. We have two single malt Scotch whiskies. No grain whiskey involved. This is the Glenlivet 12. Age 12 years. The company founded in 1824. They specialize in Speyside malts, that region, which are very bready and mild. Okay, Finlaggan, introduced in 1992, is a 6-year aged. It is an Islay malt, which is very briny and smoky and seaside. It's from the little island of Islay, which is off the coast of the big island of Great Britain. So these are both from the Kingdom of Scotland, the northern country of Great Britain. Price, Glenlivet 12, well, probably about $48. I paid like $44, something like that, at Walmart. Can't remember. This was $19.99, and my friend David was over there at he said he passed by Total Wine and Trader Joe's yesterday, and they still had it for $19.99. He was thinking about buying it. He said, "You were dogging the Glenlivet yesterday." I said, "I wasn't dogging the Glenlivet." Foil cap cover. I was just kidding around about the price. I mean, I was like $39.99, $19.99. I think I was going back and forth. But I mean, yeah, they're different prices, obviously. $20 difference. Here we got about a $25 difference. No knock against the Glenlivet, a Chivas Bros brand. Angelo Zuccarelli says, "Hello, my friend. Greetings from the Grand Canyon state of Arizona. Will you review any of the seasonal beers that are out for fall?" Yes, I bought a 6-pack of Hofbräu Oktoberfest beer, yesterday. And it's been 9 years since I did a review of it. So you got this gift wrap paper for the Glenlivet 12. This is the older bottle. They have a new updated bottle with the green. This is the old. I wanted to get the old bottle. Walmart had a few of these older ones left, so I said, let me get the older bottle, just to have something different. Okay, so there's the label. This is the one, the bottle you'd have seen in the 90s, 2000s. The Glenlivet 12, green bottle, which protects it from the light more than clear, which doesn't protect it at all from the light. It's obviously aged 12 years. Single malt Scotch whiskey. They talk about George Smith founding his brewery, his distillery. Distilled at the Glenlivet Distillery in Banffshire, Scotland. George and J.G. Smith. But of course, it's not owned by the Smiths anymore. Like I said, it was sold. It's owned by Chivas Brothers, who does single malt and blended. There's a foil cap cover. All right. I mean, I could get an exact price on this. Let me check. Total Wine and more. All right. Now, Old Reserve from Finlaggan. Told you age 6 years. Put the link below. This company, the Vintage Malt Whisky Company, has not just the Old Reserve, but they have a Finlaggan 46% alcohol, a 58% alcohol cask strength. Then they've got other 46% alcohol with different wood treatments, like port wine, and different ones like that. The brown label, the red label, purple label. I think purple label is wine. some kind of grape wine, if I'm not mistaken. I'm talking about the finish, not the product. Yeah, red wine. Yeah, I was right. Red wine cask finish. I don't know what kind of red wine, but you know, that's what it is. So you get a lot of different. Now the Vintage Malt Whiskey also has these other brands that they get made for them. The Cooper's Choice, and you can look at all of theirs. Isla Storm, which they bought from somebody else, the rights to that to get all that made. The Illich, Smokestack, Glen Almond. So I mean, you could just spend your life with the Vintage Malt Whiskey Company and never deviate, and you'd be so busy. But then you talk about their cask. There's a section where they talk about their casks and all of that. Okay. The Glenlivet 12 years, smooth, balanced, fruity, an invitation to indulgence in liquid form. And you can read about all of that. European and American oak barrels. It's aged in a combination of European and American oak barrels. Now, I don't know if they have half of it in one and half in the other, or if they do all of it together in one and then they bring it over to a different barrel. I really don't know. Gets very high scores, as you can imagine. Moisturize the cork here. Then Glenlivet Distillery with all those copper pot stills, very fancy. And they got all the different owners. Now this is a true cork cap. It's not particles held together with resin. It's real. It's a real chunk of cork on a plastic cap. All right. They don't tell you when the 12-year was introduced. They just say they introduced the Founders Reserve in 2015, something new to celebrate. So guess they've been having the 12-year-old for the longest time. It's a little bit heavy of a pour there. That was an accident. I'm trying to be stingy and keep these things, not waste them. Put that over there. Put it back in the box later. They've got the Founders Reserve, which I've already done. They got the 12-year, the 14-year, the 15-year, the 18-year, the 21-year, the 25-year-old, the 50-year-old, and then there's a 50-year-old 1964, 66, 67. There's the Glenlivet 12 illicit still, Glenlivet Enigma, the code. That's about World War II. Doing that from World War II. Nadura Oloroso cask, Madura first fill selection, whiskey cask finish, Peter whiskey cask, Master Distillers Reserve, Master Distillers Reserve Solera added, Distillers Reserve travel exclusive. You can only get that at the airport. And then there's a whole bunch of single casks. It goes on and on. I mean, we're talking thousands and thousands of dollars when you start getting into some of these. I don't mean each bottle per se, but you're going to spend that much as it goes. There's a new Caribbean Reserve rum barrels. So, oh yeah, it's really extensive. I mean, you could just exhaust yourself doing only the Glenlivet. You wouldn't run out. You wouldn't run out of anything in your lifetime, because by the time you got through them all, they'd probably have 20 more new ones out. Tight. And it's that press board cork. All right, good. You go there. Put the foil cap back on it. See the Glenlivet 12-year. I was right. $46.99. I said 45, but okay, $2 more. Okay, so yeah, it's gonna cost you. You can buy a handle for $91 minus a penny. You can get a liter for $71.99. I don't think that's too good of a deal. You're only getting 25% more. Now, if you want to try a sample, you can get it for $2.99. Just one little sample bottle. I think Matherns has those also. And that wouldn't be a bad thing just to try it. These are both golden. The Finlaggan's a little darker, though. Oh, yeah, I already did that. Canceled out my good luck. I don't believe in all that stuff anyway. All right, that's just, I got that from James. People down is always doing that. Shield Egg Speyside. I don't know why they're showing this. Is 37. It's probably a house brand that they got made by, might be made by Glenlivet for Total Wine. I don't know. Grang. I don't know what all these other things are. Founders Reserve, like I said, $39.99. Glenlivet 14-year-old is $71.99. The French Oak 15-year is $78.99. The Caribbean Reserve is $42.99. So that's the second cheapest. Illicit Still 12-year, $54. I'm just gonna round out $54. The 18-year-old is $130. 21-year-old is $360. Told y'all. The 25-year-old is $510. $510. How you like that? This is going to be a taste challenge in name only because you never confuse the two. So it's really just going to be a taste preference thing. All right, so this is honey, sweetness in the nose, and this one is smoke. Not heavy like in the nose, but so this is the Finlaggan. Got it. On aroma only. Well, what do you expect? You're not going to typically, you're not going to confuse an Islay with a Speyside. You say, well, they both single malts. That's true, but they got different regions, Highland, Lowland. You know, the Highland, the Speyside, the Islay, got what they call it, Campbelltown. I mean, it's so heavily smoky. I keep joking, like their distillery got smoke damage. But I mean, that's the way it is. It's like super. I don't know about the peatiness so much. Like peatiness is sort of like a compost pile, like rotted vegetable, organic matter, old rotten eggs and stuff. You say, oh boy, it sounds wonderful. No, it's just how it is. But it doesn't. It's hard to describe it unless you try it. But really smoky grain, the malt grain from the malted barley, meaning that's the only grain they're using. It's still a grain, but it's not column still grain spirits like from corn, like you would get with the blended Scotch, which is their base or their, yeah, the base. Yeah, it's not the greatest thing, but it's pretty great. Age 6 years, so it's kind of young. You know, I would like to try a 12-year from them, but that's what they had at the store, so that's what I bought. Now I bought a bunch of other single malt scotches at Trader Joe's that same day. I mean, they were all so cheap. I said, well, I don't know a thing about them, but I'm going to try them all. So I bought them. Everything I bought at Trader Joe's was cheaper than one bottle of Johnny Walker Blue Label and half the price of that Glenlivet 25 year I just showed you. $510. Now, is it worth it? I'll never know. Okay. Yeah. So now the Glenlivet's got the honey, like I said, the honey flavor in the bread dough. It does have a little alcohol bite though. It's like you say, it after 12 years, it's got a little bite to it. It does. So I don't know why that has that. Remember, using European oak and American oak, and then some kind of combination. How they achieving that, I can't say. And I did a blind taste test between the Founders Reserve and the 12 year, and I think I preferred the Founders Reserve, which is not an age statement. I think it's only like people were saying, oh, about 6 years, probably what it is. But we can't say that definitively. And supposedly, and that's all theory because I haven't seen anything official about that. But they came out with the Founders Reserve supposedly because they were running short on the 12 year, you know, like it was taking a while to age, 12 years. And so they wanted to put out the Founders Reserve as sort of like a filler edition in Europe, especially. So they were like, you know, where's the 12 year? Oh, well, it's not around right now, but we got the Founders Reserve as a stopgap thing. That's the theory, or that's the allegation people are making. But apparently people liked it. So they just decided to keep it. Now, that theory might not even be true. They might have just came out with that, you know, and they might have just come out with that on purpose. Just to have a no age statement Glenlivet. I kind of believe the second one. They just came out with it. And then you could always have that out there on the show. I see it everywhere, you know. Walmart's always got it. Of course, they always got the 12 year too. Which one tastes better? It does have a creamy finish, like they say on the website. Creamy, like honey and cream. Alafaya says, good morning, Ron. Hope your should be apostrophe R-E. Well, I don't want to be too, I make the same errors. Hope you are not getting too blown around down there near the hurricane. No, but we did get a lot of wind yesterday afternoon as the hurricane was approaching the Florida coast and hit the coast. We're hundreds of miles away, but it was still making wind, this warm, you could tell it was tropical wind, warm wind blowing stuff everywhere. I had my windows open. It was blowing the curtains everywhere, knocked a painting off the wall, knocked all these beer cannon bottles over. I said, man, and that if we're hundreds of miles away and it's blowing stuff around, leaves everywhere, all over, branches down here, what you think it's like in Florida when it was hitting? You know, it was a lot worse. Okay, plus they had the rain. We didn't have any rain. We need rain, but not that kind of rain. Okay. My personal preference, remember, personal preference issue, not a quality control issue. I just prefer the smoky ones. It's almost like charcoal, like charred wood, more than charcoal, like charred wood. Like if you have a campfire, you know, and you got the ashes. Yeah, that's the thing I'm thinking of. Those ashes, like the white and gray ashes. Yeah, I prefer it. And so I could save $27. Yeah, I'll save. In my case, I would save the 27 and have something I like better anyway. Now, other people might say, "Oh, are you crazy? Why do you think it's $19.99? Why do you think you got to pay $27 more for Glenlivet? It's a famous product. It's all around the world. It's, you know, it's developed. It's 12 years. You know, don't try to just, like my friend Dave would say, focus on the price and all of that. But I'm not. I mean, I'm mentioning the price because people always ask me anyhow. May as well cut them off at the pass and just mention it. But I mean, if the price was the same, if they were both the same price, I'd still prefer the Finlaggan. I just like I like the taste better. Okay, I don't know what else to say. I can't say it's not a better product. It's just I prefer it more than the other one. So either way you go, it's a winner. There's no really. The only complaint I had about the Glenlivet 12 is I had a little bite to it, which I wasn't really expecting that. Yeah, right. Your YOU''RE. They're putting two words together, right? U and R. Your. You're pedantic. I always press the enter button before I take the proper time to proofread typing. I do the same thing, and then it doesn't let you. Well, you could delete the comment, but it doesn't let you edit the comment. It's so aggravating, like on Facebook Messenger, you can't edit the comment. They probably do that on purpose so that people can't say something and then later edit it, and then the other person say, "You said this." "Oh no, I didn't look." It's like, wait, that's not what you said. Of course, they could just delete it. They got crazy people on the internet. They do that kind of stuff. I like honey. I like white bread. I like creamy finishes. So, I mean, yeah, no problem. The Glenlivet 12, is it my favorite Scotch whiskey? No, but I like it. All right, and I recommend it. So that's it for this one. We'll be back, guess tomorrow, Friday. For sure, Fandango Friday at 6:30. I mean, unless something happens, but 6:30 Eastern to 7:30. I don't like to run more than an hour, especially with college football coming on. Oh, and Tulane's coming on. Well, we won't really go fast tomorrow, haha. Because I'll probably watch Tulane lose to Houston. Tulane's a bad road team a lot of times, although they were good on the road against Kansas State. A team they shouldn't have beat. They dominated them, and then a team they theoretically are better than Houston, but how you got some of these teams like that. They're always going to let you down. You say, "I know, I follow," whatever, fill in the blank. Mead. I never tried mead in my life. But I'm not opposed to it. I would try it. It's just when I see the prices for it at the store, I'm like, no, I don't need. I know what honey tastes like. I know what alcohol is. I know that experience. But to pay that kind of exorbitant price, I'll pass. Oh, I hate for it to be gone. I hate it. It's gone now, but I hate it. I hate that it's gone because I want to keep drinking it. But it's a good idea not to. But so anyway, the Finlaggan is really on fire. Isle of Fire, because it has a fabulous flavor. And so the next one it's going up against is the Battle of the Smokies, Ardbeg 10. Well, I think Finlaggan met its match on the next taste challenge, because there is no way it's going to beat the Ardbeg 10 year. I don't see that possibility existing, but that's why we do it, to see what happens. And then we'll check that out. All right, so thanks everybody. Have a great Thursday.